Okay, so in this question here, we've got the line and the curve there, yeah? And it says in part A to find the coordinates of A and B showing you're working. Now, for A, notice it's where the line and the curve intersect. Okay, so I hope you can see that there. That's not the case for B. B is different. We'll come to that now in a minute. But certainly for A, right, it's where the curve and line intersect. So we can do simultaneous equations here, okay, to solve them, to see where they intersect. So in other words, solving those two, okay, simultaneously, well, of course, the y's will be the same, won't they, at A? So that means then, whatever the y values are here, identical, 4 minus x squared will equal it, and 3x will also equal it. So we can therefore say that 3x will equal to 4 minus x squared, okay? And then get everything onto one side. We have x squared plus 3x minus 4 equals 0. Two brackets then to work out our x values, okay? So 4 and 1, isn't it? And it'll be positive 4 minus 1, okay? And then we could say, look, x minus 1 is 0, or x plus 4 is 0. So x will equal 1, or x will equal minus 4. Now we've got two answers out, but we've got to think about which one we're going to take. And if you think about it here, okay, x is positive there, isn't it? Okay, so it's the positive value we'll take. The negative 4 is over here somewhere, isn't it? Negative 4 is over here. Because if you think about it, that line will cut the curve again, won't it? If that curve continues down, that line will cut it again at some point down here. We're not interested in that though. So this is the value we want, okay? So not that one, this one here. Okay, so when x is equal to 1, then y will equal to 3 times 1, which is 3. I just subbed it into equation 2. So A, therefore, is 1, 3. That's the point there. Okay. To get point B, all right, it's not a point of intersection of the curve and line. It's just where the curve cuts the x-axis, if you notice. Where the curve crosses the x-axis. And of course, where it crosses the x-axis, the y value is 0, isn't it? So we could say, look, at B, okay, we could say 4 minus x squared is equal to 0, okay, because it's on the x-axis where y is equal to 0. So 4 minus x squared is 0, which means then x squared is 4. So to get x, then you square root on you, and remember when you square root, plus or minus, so you get x is plus 2 or x is minus 2. And again, you've got to decide what point to take. Well, it's the positive one, isn't it? It'd be minus 2 there, which we're not interested in. So positive 2. So therefore, B will be 2, 0. Okay? It says then evaluate the area of the shaded region. And let's go back here. To evaluate the area here, what I would do is, okay, I would split this shape into 2. Okay, here. If we split it into 2, you'll notice then we've got a triangle here, and we've got a curvy bit here. So to work out the area of the triangle, well, all we need to know is the base here, okay, which remember is of distance 1, which takes you to coordinate A, and the y value for A, let me just check, was 3, wasn't it? Okay, so you've got a base of 1, height of 3. So we could say, look, area of triangle is equal to half base times height, which is half times 1 times 3, which is 1.5, okay? And then for this bit then, it'll be the area under the curve, won't it? Between x is 1 and x is 2. Okay? So area under the triangle there, simple. This will be under the curve, yeah? So we've got to integrate that. So area under the curve between 1 and 2 of 4 minus x squared. Okay, so we integrate then to get the area. So it's simple as that, isn't it, when it comes to integration? In this case, we split it up to triangle and then under the curve. So we've got to integrate there, but that case there, we just worked out the triangle area. So let's do the area under the curve. So that becomes 4x, and then that becomes x cubed over 3. Plug in the numbers then between 2 and 1. So the upper limit is 2. And the lower limit then, which we take away, is 1. So on my calculator, I work this out first, so I get 16 over 3, and I work that out then, and I get 11 over 3. So in total then becomes 5 over 3. So don't forget then, I've got to add these then, haven't I? I've got to add the two areas. So the total area is equal to 1.5 plus 5 over 3. And we'll leave that then as a fraction. Comes out to be 19 over 6.